There's a saying in Dutch that you have to do two things in your life. You have to give life, and we have a daughter, so that already happened. And you have to leave something on this planet, to construct a house. We really wanted to create a flagship for Crete, and we created the concept Pure Sea, and the sea of course stands for the sea, the ocean. The villa is constructed on a peninsula, so you have more than a 200-degree view of the sea. You see the blue everywhere. Of course it's an investment. We rent out the villa, but it's much more for us. It's really a dream come true. So it's really a life achievement project. That's how we saw it. When we were looking to build our villa, we chose Crete. Crete is really, I think, a fantastic place. It's the largest island of Greece, and there's many things to do. Of course, you have the very rich archaeological heritage. Everything we know in civilization. Civilization in Europe started in Crete. So that's of course a very nice cultural aspect. But there's so many things to do. Nature is so nice, nice beaches. We really like the food very much. You have very nice qualitative wines in Crete. And last but not least, you have also the people in Crete that are very genuinely friendly. It's not touristically friendly, it's genuinely friendly, kind, polite and helpful.
I remember the first meeting with the clients, Michelle and Christine. They were thinking of having a house on a seashore. And they really liked the southern part of Agios Nikolos. And they were in search of, we were together in search of a plot for approximately 1 year until we find the right one.
In French they say coup de foudre, we fall immediately in love with the plot because of the sea feeling that you have over here, and it corresponded to the idea of the pure sea which we already had in our heads. And it was, of course, as most days in Crete, it was a very sunny day with a mild breeze, some wind, and it was very nice to stand here, and you could already see what the villa could be afterwards.
Practically, the plot offered us a great opportunity for the design because it's like a hill. It's like standing on the top of a hunchback. You know, it's on the upper level. So that offered the opportunity to have access to the natural ground from the upper floor, but also on the lower floor.
We really like to work with Action Constructing because it's really a family business. You have all the family members are architects and know very well the building process from a permit to the final construction and delivery of a building, of a construction of a villa in Crete. They know everything, and we were very happy to work with them. They were really dedicated and committed to this ambitious project.
So as we all know, we are located on an island. It's really windy as an island, and we have really hot weather conditions. So of course we had to take into consideration these two factors when designing the house. So the main orientation of the big facade, of the front facade, is the eastern side. And all our big openings are on the east side and the sea view. So mostly the south part of the house was handled with smaller openings so that we eliminate the intense sun inside the house.
The main idea, apart from the exterior spaces that should be protected, like the dining area behind us, we were having in our minds to create a living space, an interior space that is transformable, so it can fully open and be at the same time an exterior space, like a shaded, protected big area that you can sit, that you can partly close in case of strong winds during July and August here in Crete. we thought that plays a significant role for the design of the house, that transformability of the interior space. The main idea behind the building is, as it stands on the top of this peninsula, on the top of this hill, is to practically stand out by its simplicity. So we wanted a pure geometric volume standing almost as an object on top of the hill. The lines, the volumes are pretty geometrical, prismatic, but simple in the design. Not too complicated shapes or spaces, because we wanted to have this feeling of tranquility, that calmness that offers the environment in general and the villa itself.
So regarding the materials that were used for this residence, first of all, we used all this cast concrete that you see on the floors. The same material was used both inside and outside of the house. And this, of course, was done on purpose, let's say, in order to have this unified result all over the space, both inside and outside. Then regarding the finishing on the walls, we chose to have plastered white walls in order also to emphasize on this minimalistic and really clear geometry of the house. We used water almost surrounding the house, so the house is like floating on a pool, let's say on artificial sea. It was a way for us on the design process, when actually standing on the house, you feel like again you are like located on a peninsula when having only this water surrounding you.
The aluminum as a material is really helpful. Apart from the durability that offers as a material, it offers the opportunity also to have super wide frames that helps us achieve the result that we want for the view of the house.
So one of the last main materials we used, it was wood, because we wanted to give this warm feeling for the spaces inside.
So the main design principle was to separate the daytime living spaces, like living room, kitchen and dining area, from the nighttime spaces, from the bedrooms, and also the gym and sauna, in order to offer privacy for the property. At the same time, that offered us the opportunity to distribute the movements of the vertical and the horizontal movements of the house by creating an open space, an exterior space, the atrium, the main atrium in front of the entrance, that we used it as a hub, as a distributor for the vertical and horizontal movements of the house. In that way, we separated the two spaces. We did that also in a way, in a geometrical way. We separated the volumes also of the house. 80% of the use of the villa happens on the upper floor, which is also the swimming pool, the barbecue and the bar area, and the lower floor is a secondary floor. On the main atrium of the entrance, we created 8 skylights. In a way, they are filtering the natural light, and they offer bright spaces also on the lower part, creating some nice shapes on the floor and on the surfaces of the walls of the lower floor.
My favorite time of the day, in fact, is a very early morning at the villa, because you have the sunrise, which is an amazing view. You see really the sun coming out of above the mountains, giving a reddish light over the island and the sea, and then going to the real, let's say, full yellow sun. And that's an amazing feeling. And with a cup of coffee, seeing that, it really looks like a kind of art, a kind of object of art that you see occurring before your eyes. Pure Sea Estate is our lifetime project, so we will keep it. We will not sell it. It's not an investment we did to sell afterwards. So we will keep renting it, and maybe when our professional life gets less busy, I think we'll spend more and more time here in the villa ourselves.